How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode number 7 of the Halo Outreach podcast, a podcast that keeps you updated with everything going on in Halo. Today, we got some big news talking about the Fireflight that just got released to not everybody, but a good amount of people. We got some Gears of War, Halo crossover goodness there, Ninja going to 343, and also some playlist updates coming to MCC and Halo 5. So without going further into the topics, we got to introduce our co-host here. He's on my screen left over here. Patman Gaming, why don't you guys say hi?
What is up, everybody? We're hyped. Hop hype. Let's go. Get it in the chat, people.
Yeah, we're actually currently live streaming this one right now. So if you guys want to ever catch a future live streams of the podcast, make sure to check out the links in the description down below. Lead you right to it. And I guess further out ado, we can just get right into the information here. And so first off, we got to start talking about, obviously, Halo Reach Flight 2 kicked off today, Saturday, August 24th. And sadly enough, I did not get invited. And neither did Pat as well.
Yeah, we're in our misery together once again. I feel a sense of deja vu.
Even our buddy Rapscallion, who got invited to Flight 1, didn't get invited to Flight 2, which reading the Halo Waypoint update did say that like some people even involved with Flight 1 may not get a chance to be in Flight 2, which is turned out to be very true of that. Mm-hmm. So if you guys do not know yet, so it's going to be it's been coined Fireflight, so it's going to be Firefight. We got 3 maps. We got Beachhead, Corvette, and Holdout. The same maps. If you guys checked out the social stream that 343 did on Tuesday earlier in the week, you get those are the maps that they're playing. They have 2 different kind of game modes that are going to be in this. They have 4-player heroic standard firefight and 4-player normal grab bag firefight, which is kind of more like a more like an action sack version of it, if I'm not mistaken. So that's right, Pat.
Yeah.
And so they have 3 days of flights. They can be August 24th, 25th, and 26th. And they have different specific flights. I think you can jump in at any time, but they have like kind of specific times to kind of let people know when to jump on. We're more likely to find matches. So it's going to be like 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Those are all Pacific Standard Times. Make your own conversions on that one. So Pat, what do you know what they're kind of like testing out with this flight? Like, what's the main reason why they're choosing this content and on PC?
Well, we do know that this is the final version of the Halo Insider program on PC. Final one being flight number 3 is exclusive to Xbox, so they're really just trying to get this matchmaking system underway. That's why they're doing Firefight matchmaking, not just local or anything like that. So I'm guessing they're trying to test out netcode, things like that, and just get that all ironed out before the eventual release of Reach on PC. And it's sad to know. Honestly, like, I'm so salty right now about not getting in.
I know. Me too, honestly.
Dude, I'm consider like if I get into flight number 3, I might not even play it. Because it's Xbox only. Like I wanted to play this on PC so bad. Like I built my PC for this game. Like I've been waiting to play Halo on PC because I've never been a PC gamer, and I was like, if there's any game that could do it, it's Halo. And I mean, eventually I'm gonna play it, just like everybody else. I'm just salty that I didn't get in. There's about a 40% chance I don't participate in Flight 3 if I get in on Xbox, but I'm sure Invasion will be. If Invasion's in there, I'll probably change my mind. But
it is gonna be in there. Flight 3 will have Invasion.
So we'll see if I'm less salty, if my wounds have been healed by then. But yeah, it's I'm just sad.
Yeah, I mean, understandable. Yeah, because when I saw the number 10,000, like, oh, I'm guaranteed on this. Like, I don't even know how many people signed up. But maybe like at this point, I'm guessing maybe like 50,000 people might have signed up for this now at this point. For knowing that 10,000 people got signed up, and still knowing that a lot of people involved with the Halo community didn't get a chance to play this. So that's a big yikes. I did see that Postumzip put up like I think on Twitter saying like who got invited. Obviously, majority of it was based off of PC specs. Ranging from like high end, mid range to even some potato builds as well. And I still couldn't get in.
Yeah, no, I would think I have a high end build, like, you know, and I thought I would definitely get in the first one. You know, they would like a big range of you know, things. But somebody told me on one of my videos that commented on one of the videos today saying like, yeah, they're the reason that a lot of people didn't get in is because they focus more on potato builds with this one. But I don't think that's confirmed. I think they're doing a wide range, like you said,
and then
from very low to very high.
They also did have like they also do have like a specific list of people that they do add to these flights. A lot of them are like content creators. I'm sure the grassroots guys are pretty much like automatically added in on there as well, because you know they definitely want people to stream this, get people excited about it, and so then kind of get that exclusivity to get people like, oh, I really want to play now. Like this looks awesome, kind of thing. So, you know, totally understandable. A little bit of a marketing ploy there as well. They can't get people to do this.
Got in. Did he?
I don't know. I don't think I saw a Twitter thing. I don't think he got in.
Yeah. Supposedly, he's secretly playing it.
Possibly, but yeah. So, but this the Fireflight is gonna be mainly testing network matchmaking and network stability kind of stuff to keep track of all that, and that's probably why in Flight 3, PC is not really gonna have much of a chance to play, because they pretty much did all the networking and testing with Flight 2 for PC, so it's gonna be like have a lot of copy pasta on the code for that. But actually, I did talk to Postums about this. That I remember on the social stream, I was going like, "Hey, is there any chance for PC Flight 3 or anything like that?" And then Postum said in the chat like, "Oh, you know, maybe down the line kind of thing." And I was like, "Well, I'm a little confused because I read the update saying it's going to be Xbox only. That's like literally what the update said." But then I went on Twitter and asked Postum, so I was like, so after talking to you on the chat, it sounded like there might be a chance for a PC thing, which then he did reply saying that it sounds like they can only do one platform at a time, so either PC or Xbox. They can't do both at the same time. And so priority is going to be, for Flight 3, it's going to be matchmaking on console to get that tested out. Though he says that it sounds like if they have time, they definitely will try to test out matchmaking on PC before full release. Which I would think they would want to test out that just like for one weekend, just to make sure it works or everything works properly. Because obviously you don't know how well a game works until you get throw it out into the wild, basically.
Right.
But yeah, so right now Pat and I are just kind of wallowing in our own sorrow of not being able to play this right now.
Okay. Give me a hug, Kevin.
Hey,
hug me.
But yeah, so yeah, I guess that's pretty much everything about Flight 3. We're jealous that people get to play it, and it's meant to pass out the matchmaking. That's about it, really. Yeah. So keep an eye out for the streams. I'll definitely see if we can. I have some friends, some people in Discord who've been willing to lend me some gameplay, so hopefully get you guys some gameplay on that kind of stuff as well.
We have a comment I want to shout out real quick. First of all, Ryder said, "This is so fun watching this live." So I'm glad for that feedback. My wife also said, "I think you should do this live from now on." We are definitely going to try to do this live from now on. We just have to get a set schedule. Right now, me and Kevin have been all over the place trying to coordinate a time to record, and it's usually like super late at night, and obviously not a lot of people will be watching that late at night. Nobody wants to come watch a stream that late usually. So once we get a set time on like Sundays, if we can, get that, and we'll start streaming it live. Until then, we can stream it live for the night owls and still put it up on the YouTube. I mean, regardless, we're going to put it up on your YouTube. But we definitely might have to change the time eventually to be in line with when everybody else is watching.
Yeah,
so,
we'll try to get a hard set schedule. But like for now, we're just trying to just a little bit of it's a beta run, basically.
Yeah. This is our flight of the podcast.
Yeah, this is a podcast, Flight 1.
Is this
Everyone's
ring 0,
invited.
1, 2, or 3? Yeah, exactly. We're all inclusive here.
Yeah. All right, so I guess next on the docket here, we have Kat and Emile being in Gears 5.
Yeah, question mark. A crossover that I personally never saw coming. I don't know about you, Kevin. Did you see that?
I did not see a Halo Gears crossover coming anytime soon.
Yeah, me either. And I just didn't realize how much I love this. I mean, I've always had that fantasy. I even mentioned it on a stream of like a few days before it was announced. I was just like, oh, that would be cool. And somebody actually commented on my video like, dude, you just called that out on stream like a few days ago. I was like, yeah, like just to live out our gory Halo fantasies, like playing a mature, like bloody, gritty Gears game with Halo characters, that's just awesome. So for those of you who don't know or didn't see the videos that we did on it or the trailer, Kat and Emile from Halo Reach are in Gears of War 5. And their original voice actors are returning to reprise their roles as those characters. And on top of that, there are some extra goodies that you get, like what's like a Noble Team Nasher and Lancer skin, I think.
Yep.
And like a banner or something for your character. And on top of that, the way you can get these characters is one of two ways: by either buying the Ultimate Edition of the game. So the base game, it's not included with the base game. You have to buy the Ultimate Edition. And as far as I know, it's not a separate DLC that you could just buy the base game and then buy the Halo pack. Right. So you either have to get the Ultimate Edition by buying it or pre-ordering it, or having the Ultimate version of Game Pass, which is Xbox Live, Game Pass PC, and Game Pass on Xbox, all rolled into one monthly subscription for $15 a month. Which is a great deal in itself.
Which I will say, like right now, they are doing a promo, which is 2 months of Game Pass for $2. Game Pass Ultimate. So you get a chance to play that for like basically free.
For those of you who aren't scared to delve deep into the internet for good deals, CD Keys, which I've used several times for Xbox Live memberships, has a deal that was going on that I stocked up on a couple of Ultimate versions of Game Pass. It was $20 for 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate. So, even after that deal of the $2 for that upgrade, it's usually $15 per month. So you're saving quite a bit of cash for 3 months for $20. So keep that in mind as well. But yeah, Ultimate Edition Game Pass, you get that Halo Reach pack, and you get that Terminator pack that they announced at E3, which is
cool. I forgot all about that. Yeah. Crossovers for days in Gears of War.
Yeah, man. Right.
Actually, they also did bring up that in the social stream as well, and they were talking about like how the reason why they kind of thought like it would work, because the Gears team came to 343 and they're like, hey, how about we do a little bit of a crossover here? And they're like, sure. And if you guys remember like the Gears character models back like 1 through 3, them's was some thick boys.
Yeah, they're big guys.
And like the character models like definitely did not really match with like Halo Reach and like say Gears 3 or something like that. But I guess like now that they mentioned like how recently like how the character models in Gears have definitely kind of been toned down a little bit in their thickness, and then to make it so then like now bringing like Kat and Emile over, like they still fit rather visually like the same, which is pretty crazy to think about. Seeing like Emile, like he totally looks like he would fit within Gears of War. Like he doesn't stand out as like a Halo character really.
That's the nice thing about the old Halos, and especially like Reach. They have that gritty look to them, and it just fits perfectly with the Gears universe. Like you couldn't get away with that plasticky looking, goody two-shoe armor from the newer Halos that's just like really shiny and like it just has a gritty look to it. I really like it. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's like I think Reach armor sets would definitely fit the best when it comes to Gears. And they actually like, I also like they're not just like skins either. Like they actually have like abilities featured from Halo Reach as well. So I think Emile has like a drop shield. They can drop a bubble shield up like no problem right there. And also that Kat has the hologram effect as well to kind of distract and all the baddies that would be trying to kill you there. So I think it's really cool. Also, they also tried to implementing gameplay from Reach as well into Gears of War 5. Now, like with the combination of this game coming out and Emile and a Kat being in it, like I love playing Horde mode in Gears. It's been a long time since I played it. I tried playing it in 4, but like I think like the rec pack system that they have or loot box system they had in it kind of got in the way of the gameplay, so I never really enjoyed it a whole lot in Gears 4. But I don't know how it is in Gears 5. But knowing that's gonna be a Game Pass Ultimate, I'm pretty much on the fence of getting Game Pass Ultimate once Reach comes to PC and like MCC in general. Then I'm like, I think I might as well just jump on the bandwagon there and just get Game Pass Ultimate so I can play the Gears on that with some horde mode, and then eventually when Reach and all the other games come to PC, then just can't add to the fun there.
Exactly.
And, so yeah, I think that's totally cool. And also,
Now,
actually, I do want to say one more thing is that actually, Grim Brother 1, Jeff Easterling, actually did post up a thing on Waypoint saying this is not canon lore, but they tried writing up a bit of a lore thing to kind of make this whole thing work. It has a little bit of continuity between the whole thing. It's like fan fiction fun kind of thing he wrote up for the whole thing. If you guys want to read that, I'll link it in the description of the video and on the Podbean if you're listening on there as well. But I gave it a quick listen through. It's actually kind of fun. It's a fun little thing to kind of just listen in on. But yeah.
Now on microtransactions on Gears 5, just in case you said you weren't familiar with how it is. So just as a quick memo, and this could be true for Infinite as well, it's going to be kind of like a Fortnite thing where you buy the skins you want. So it's not going to be random loot boxes. There's no loot boxes, and 343's already said there's no paid loot boxes in Infinite. So that could still mean there is loot boxes, but not paid with real money, maybe in-game currency. But Gears 5 is purely like, hey, I like this skin, I want to buy it. Kind of like Apex or Fortnite, things like that. So.
Well, yeah, that's definitely what like Apex originally did. I'll say is that they had loot boxes in it, but they weren't paid because you just you got random unlocks for like leveling up for playing the game kind of thing, which is probably like the best way to go about that. And so then you still got, give people incentive to want to pay to buy the skins and stuff like that. But then, give people an opportunity to get free stuff by grinding out the game and playing. That's the main thing you gotta do with that kind of microtransactions when it comes to, $60 full title game or full price games.
Yeah, and Ryder makes a good point too, harping back on the flighting thing, just for people still looking at their emails, check your spam folders as well.
Oh yeah.
I did. I refreshed mine several times.
I've been checking about every hour.
Yeah, I
like maybe it's late. And maybe I got hung up. Maybe
That's what I thought. I'm like, there has to be a mix-up. None of us got in. I'm waiting for that tweet that says, "Hey, there's been an issue with sending out some of these invites, so stay tuned." And no, there was no such tweet. Yeah. So, yeah.
Man,
but yeah, that's Emile and Cat, Gears 5.
Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah, next topic we got on here, guys, is Ninja hanging out at 343. That's
what?
all.
Say that one more time.
Exactly. I said it. All right. Ninja was at 343. He was at the Microsoft campus earlier in the week as well. He put up a thing on Instagram, just saying that chilling with Halo 2 Master Chief. Some say he peaked here, but you never know. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh, you had a chance to play some Infinite.
Yeah, there's been quite a few big content creators that have already played Infinite, and I've heard some things, but I'm not at liberty to say much.
Well, shit.
Without getting attacked.
Yeah, right. But so it's just an interesting thing to kind of bring up, obviously, with Ninja's big move to Mixer. I'm sure this probably was like a part of the whole thing. Like, hey, Ninja, since you came over to sign up with Mixer, come over to the Microsoft campus. We'll show you the Microsoft things and stuff like that. And obviously him, I'm sure still being a big Halo fan, wanted to check out 343 and stuff like that. So probably hasn't been there in a long time. So it's interesting to see what happens there, which kind of leads me more and more to believe that when Infinite does release, that Ninja is going to be playing it.
Yeah, we talked about that on the episode where we talked about his move to Mixer. Yeah, there's got to be the amount of money Microsoft owning Mixer and the Halo trying to become dominant again in the market and getting the most dominant streamer basically within the most dominant game. Like, you've never seen a game get as big as Fortnite. Like, Halo was big back in the day, Call of Duty got big, but Fortnite is huge.
Yeah.
And to get the biggest streamer on Fortnite, he's gonna be streaming some Halo.
Yeah, sure. I guess he's kind of lost a little bit in popularity. Like, he's definitely wasn't the most subscribed person when he left Twitch, but he's still the most recognizable name in gaming,
especially with the younger audience.
Yes.
Which he may not have the most subscribers, but he probably is the most recognizable, like you said, streamer that there is. You know, everybody knows who Ninja is.
Yeah. And
he's
so
on ESPN, dang it.
Yeah,
he's been on Sports Center and stuff. Like, I couldn't believe it.
I would think. I think when it comes to Halo Infinite, obviously things might be a little different when you're playing like the new console, the new game, which Halo Infinite is kind of meant to sell on Xbox and stuff like that. Might see a little bit of different play from him on that one, but I would see if Ninja plays Gears 5, and if he does, how long does he play it for? You know, because I'm assuming that there's probably some clause in this contract where like it's not just stream a mixer and whatever, man. You know, Microsoft's like, come on, man, let's get you playing some Microsoft titles while you're at it, because we're giving you like millions of dollars. You know, we scratch our back, scratch ours kind of situation on that one, you know. And so, I mean, I would assume that at least like opening day, Ninja would have to stream a new Microsoft title game. Maybe the first 3 days, maybe even the first week, depending on the game. But we kind of have to see on that. But it's definitely just it's a good little tidbit just to know, like, okay, well, we know that Ninja and 343 are talking, and let's see what happens from there. That's about it.
Right.
Yeah.
The initial contact has been made. So, I expect, especially with what he said, as the caption, some say he peaked, you know, there at Halo 2. And he says, I beg to differ or whatever. He's played some Infinite, and he's probably liking what he's seeing, just like we all are. We all liking how it's, you know, harkening back to the glory days of Halo, original trilogy, and that's where Ninja really got, you know, that's his roots. He's going back to his roots, and
that's what he said, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Not going where the money is or anything.
Had nothing to do with the money. Come on, give the man some credit.
But any thoughts in particular on that one, Pat, or do you think we just kind of covered most of that?
We covered most of it, and I think we covered it in depth too on a previous episode. And everybody knows what we think about it. But I'm excited to see the future of Halo, especially with how big an influence streamers have. Look at all the biggest games nowadays. You got streamers doing reveals for Modern Warfare. They did the reveal for Apex Legends. Streaming is big, and content creators, you know, are free well, not free because you're paying Ninja millions, but you know, it's cheaper advertising than actual advertising, and it's probably more effective at this point.
Yeah, really, I think the publishers and game companies really recognize the power of streaming with Ninja and Fortnite, seeing the popularity of that and showing how, like, you know, you can use the Twitch directory as essentially a gauge of the population of a game. You know, obviously not exactly, but like you basically can tell for the most part how popular a game is depending on its location on the Twitch directory, which is, and there's definitely like hardcore evidence data talking about how streamers keep games more active, bring people more people into a game kind of thing. I made a video on this probably like 2 years ago now at this point, where they like found users with linked Steam accounts to their Twitch accounts. They found that those users who watch that game are more likely to play that game and play that game longer than your average casual gamer. I made a video I made a long time ago. Like, I think it's called Ninja Saves Halo. I think I called it just to get some clicks, you know. But
exposed.
But it's very especially in the last 2 years, we definitely noticed that streamers gaining a lot more recognition by developers, a little more special treatment. And even 343 is doing that with the grassroots program as well. You know, getting your select few people that are like, you know, permanent streamers, I guess, stick around for a while, help promote the content of Halo and just everything in between, man. Really, it's you know, streaming's crazy times we're living in now. You know, very important. Yeah, streaming's become more and more important, and so hopefully, you know, Ninja, we want you back, buddy. We want you back.
Yeah, come on back, Ninja. Come on.
Oh yeah.
I don't mind that at all. And you actually see Green Skull started streaming on Mixer too now. He's going back to Mixer, so another OG Halo player that was big back in the 2 and 3 days of Ready Up Live. So definitely harkening back to glory days of Halo. So we'll
Yeah.
see.
I definitely noticed a lot more people, like over time, just more and more people coming back to Halo, and obviously the more the merrier.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously. But yeah, I guess anything else you want to bring up when it comes to Ninja there, Pat, or should we move on to the playlist updates?
Oh, we can move on to playlist updates.
Alrighty, boom. And so the playlist updates, guys, we got updates for the MCC, and we got updates for Halo 5. We'll start with the MCC update. We have a 2v2 social modes being brought in to MCC there. And a really great thing that they actually did with the matchmaking here is that they implemented team matching as well. Because obviously 2v2, like when you're solo queuing, you're matching against a party, completely different types of games when you're playing there, obviously. Like when you're playing in a party, you should only be matching parties. If you're solo queuing, you should only be matching against like solo queue players as well, especially in 2v2. And so that actually implemented that. So if you're solo queuing, don't be, you see a 2v2, be like, oh, I need a teammate. I can't just jump in by myself. I'm going to get stomped by teammates or by full parties. You don't have to worry about that. Party matching has been implemented with that. So it gets social. It's going to be in the social match composer there for you guys with includes all titles for game modes of Slayer, Flag, Bomb, Zone Control, and Asset Denial tags. So it's kind of weird to see duos having objectives.
Yeah.
I'm not used to that. I've always played doubles with just being Slayer,
Straight Slayer, yeah.
Yeah, which obviously I think is, obviously you can still just do that. That's the great thing about the match composer. But if you wanted to add in objectives, they're like, sure, why not? Do it. Yeah, I mean, hell, I've played capture the flag SWAT. It's a little weird, but it's there, and that's kind of the great thing about the match composer is you can customize your Halo experience how you like it. That's pretty great. So Pat, are we gonna be playing some duos Halo 3 then?
You had me to duos, and then you said, "Hey, Kevin." Oh man, yikes!
Big yikes!
Big yikes! Maybe, Kevin. I won't shoot you down completely. I won't do that to you, but maybe I'll endure a little bit.
So yeah, I think the only ranked 2v2 I think is still Halo 3, if I remember correctly in MCC. But yeah, so that's on the social updates right there. Talking about social updates, we got Halo 5 got a update as well recently. In our last podcast, we mentioned how Action Sack was gonna be coming in, moving and kicking out. What's it, Castle Wars? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was Castle Wars. Yeah.
And 343 decided to go, maybe not Action Sack, and we'll put in Core Play instead. Which honestly, I'm kind of more into that.
How can we make these hop guys look bad and lie to their audience?
Fake news.
Wrong.
Fake news podcast. Terrible people. Anyway, so yeah, instead we got Core Play moving in for Castle Wars, so I'm all for that. Core Play is a great mode. I wish it would stick around. Honestly, I wish it would just make Quick Play into Core Play, but I know more people would be interested in playing Social Slayer rather than social mixed game modes. So understandable in that one.
It's basically a double XP version of Team Arena, which is really cool. So.
And
we've been having fun on that.
You're able to do full fire teams of 4 on that one, right? Like you can do full parties of 4. Yeah, because I know because Quick Play
have to wait. Centuries to find a match, but yeah. Yeah,
because I know. Yeah, because Quick Play only allows parties of 2, so that's a good thing there. So this week for August 29th, we got some updates coming for Halo 5 for playlists. We got the game mode you want to play if you're trying to rank up for 152 and get that XP grind. Rock and Rail, it rotates in for Forerunner Slayer. And so
can't wait.
If you guys have been going like, oh, I'll wait till some good game modes come in or something like that to kind of get my XP grind on, that's is the mode to do it in.
Yeah.
If you have any arena XP boosts, use them playing Rock and Rail, because I think as long as your match goes at least 3 or 4 minutes long, I think at least 4 minutes long, with a legendary XP boost, you get 10,000 XP. Easy.
Yep.
maybe a little
I've been
bit.
saving all my legendary XP boosts for that playlist.
Maybe in a little 10,000 and change on top of that. But I think it's like if a match goes for at least 4 minutes, I think even 3 minutes it might work as well. But yeah, like the matches don't go any longer than 5. Like they're super fast. People play it a lot because that's like the playlist to grind for XP in the arena. So it actually is rather populated. And it's actually kind of fun, you know. The annoying thing is the double clutching of like the whiplash when you're trying to play now. I don't know if you guys are talking about like when you like, because a lot of times when you with the whiplash, you hold down the right trigger, it charges up, it shoots. But sometimes only in Rock and Rail do I ever really experience this. But of course, that's the only mode I ever really bother with, like the railgun. Is that like if you're holding down the trigger, I'm gonna go and then actually start charging up for some reason. I heard some thing with the server, someone else is doing it at the exact same time. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the details on that. But yeah, again, XP grind, August 29th. Get on that.
Holiday weekend. It's a holiday weekend. Get on that grind. Unless you're Kevin and go.
You guys got free time. It's a holiday weekend. 3-day weekend. Jump on that. I won't be able to because, well, one, I know I'm not gonna get 152, and two, I'll be at PAX during that time.
Yeah.
And then
catching up to Kevin.
Also on the 29th, we have Warzone Turbo live for the weekend as well. So another good XP grind as well if you're down to just do some ridiculous nonsense. Stack your speed boost by 4 with a sword and have some fun. That's the one thing I like to do about Warzone Turbo is like the gotta go fast build.
Yeah, it's stacking speed boost with that one hammer that gives you speed boost as well. It's
gosh. It's fun. And if you do it just right, it can be crazy overpowered with a good lunge. But yeah. So Pat, I know you're gonna be grinding on that Rock and Rail for sure, right?
For sure, yeah. Yeah, definitely been saving up all my XP boosts. We should hit 146 tonight. I got like 100,000 XP left to hit 146, so hoping to get to 148 maybe.
148 is when the grind really starts to hit you. It's when it really starts to hit. I did a video on this too when it comes to like how to get 152, or basically like it's a linear growth, kind of thing, where basically it means that like it just like incrementally just takes a little bit more XP each one. And then, but once you hit like 148, it's just like a steep exponential growth on the chart where it just kind of goes like, if you see the full scale of XP, it kind of goes like this. It's like it basically flat lines until you hit 148, and then it just goes like straight up for the amount of XP needed.
Even like 144 to 145, it was, compared to what I was used to, it was a big jump because it used to be like 100-something thousand XP, and I'm like, all right, I could get that in about a night if I really grind away. And then it went to like 800,000. The next rank, I was like, oh, that's 8 times more than I'm used to. And it's just gonna go, well, guess what? 147 is 8 times more than that. So yeah.
And I think if you're at 150, you're actually only halfway there to 152.
Halfway through the ranks.
Yeah. That's
1 to 150 is one half of your ranking up, and 150 to 152 is the other half. So same amount of time basically.
Crazy. And I could just say for comparison, guys, like we vetoed, stress, Ubernick. Who these guys grind and like, and not even proximity or reclaimer either, have hit 152.
Right.
Yeah, let me rephrase that. Ubernick, vetoed, and I know stress are all 152 in Halo 5, but they just hit it this year.
Right.
We've been playing this game for 4 years almost now.
Right. But I took a big break from Halo 5 too for a while, and then I only played Slayer. Now I've only been playing featured playlists, and like when we started this 4 weeks ago, I was 111 and now I'm 146. So I've been climbing through the ranks a lot faster than I normally would by just playing Slayer. Like SWAT, I'm lucky to get 1,000 XP a game. Playing a featured playlist, that's just as much time. Like right now, like that quick core
play.
The core play. I almost called it quick core for some reason. The core play, I'm getting like 10,000 almost with a boost. So, and I'm talking in SWAT, I'm getting like 1,200, 1,400 with a boost. Like a boost is only worth like 300-400 XP. So it's ridiculous how different the XP gains are. If you're willing to, go through some growing pains, like Castle Wars, I couldn't stand. I couldn't do it. But a good thing there's other playlists like Snipers was featured, so that was double XP. And that gets really sweaty too, so eventually I get tired of that.
You hit Onyx in it.
Yeah, I hit Onyx, and it got frustrating at that point.
What was your highest Onyx you got in snipers there?
15, like 60 something. It wasn't that high.
Okay, yeah. I think
I just kept
I
getting
placed like plat 3 or 4 on that one. Of course, like a lot of time, yeah. I mean, like it's snipers. Like, oh yeah, it's not meant to be a sweaty playlist. You know, I think it's one of those like, you know, fun game modes to kind of jump in and play. But I guess they're just like, well, let's try it out, see what happens. It's there.
Yeah.
You know, people want it. But yeah. So I guess that kind of does it for the podcast. You know, is there any questions in the chat by any chance? Any lingering things going on there by any chance?
Yeah, here's your chance in chat. Ask any questions y'all want.
Let's see, we got London in the chat here. Says I was really hoping for Firefight invite because I have to cross my fingers, get that MP Firefight fight. Oh my god, flight. I do need, like I said, we do know that I think pretty much almost everybody's going to be invited to Flight 3 on the Xbox.
Yeah, you're basically guaranteed at that point if you've signed up in the Insider program.
Which also, like in Flight 3, they're going to have 2v2, they're going to have 4v4s, they're going to have 8v8s as well for Big Team Battle, and then they're also going to have the hardcore playlist. It's going to be a ranked hardcore playlist. And then they're also going to have the Invasion playlist as well for the multiplayer one. So it's going to be a pretty good size playlist to check out. The map selection is going to be a little rather limited, but everything else should be pretty much rather available. Zero and Chess says, how long do you think it will be till MCC actually on PC? For like
all of MCC?
Yeah. If we're talking about all of MCC, I don't even think even 343 knows about that one.
Spring or summer of next year, probably.
If we're talking about Halo Reach, I was having my hopes for September, but it's looking probably more. I'm thinking more like October.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Flight 3 will go rather smoothly.
Yeah, it seems like didn't we read somewhere that they had the groundwork basically for Flight 3 just about ready?
I would assume so because if it's going to be only on Xbox, I mean they have that they know what works on Xbox, right?
Exactly.
The main thing the main thing they're testing out for Flight 2 is the matchmaking for PC, and I'm sure they can that scales up probably just fine. And so I would assume the turnaround from Flight 3 to release being actually rather short. But I would still assume probably like a mid-October or somewhere in October. If
I got
at earliest late September.
Right. I got 2 questions from Ryder here. So he said, "What is the first thing you guys will do in Reach on PC?"
You start that one.
I'm gonna do campaign. I'm gonna do campaign first. I like to do my achievement hunting. Probably do I like to do a normal usually, especially to get used to all the spawns and all that stuff, and to reintroduce myself to what I need to do, and then I'll do a legendary. If we do co-op, then all the better. So, yeah, do some achievement hunting on campaign. I really am super excited for Invasion, so I can't wait to jump back into that. And whenever that MCC ranking system comes out, that's going to give me all the more incentive to play some multiplayer, so I can't wait. What about you, Kev?
I'm definitely going to be jumping into the campaign. Reach's multiplayer, like, it has its highs and it has its lows, you know? Yeah. If it's going to be any multiplayer I'll be playing, it's probably going to be like the Sweaty ranked playlist.
Invasion.
Or Invasion as well. I'll definitely jump into Invasion, give it a fair shot, because I never really played it back in 2010 when it came out. I think
you'll love it, dude. Did you like Battlefield at all or no?
Oh, yeah.
Like Conquest?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think it kind of plays like Rush, right? Like you have to get both the bases to move on to the next objective, right?
And then the map like progressively opens up and stuff. Yeah, it's really freaking cool.
I mean, like that. I liked Warzone Assault a lot, so it's very similar in that. But I just back when Halo Reach was around, I really only ever played Social Slayer, like the 5v5 Social Slayer mode that they had. I was super freaking casual back in the day. I did that and made like some Forge stuff. Now it's kind of like how I had fun with Reach. I never really messed with ranks back in the day. I tried Invasion. I was like, this is different. I don't like it. But I'm a different player now. You know, I'm not the same kind of Halo dude as I was almost 10 years ago now, or 9 years ago. And so, yeah, I'm definitely going to put a lot of time into Invasion and the ranked playlist. I'm going to try to see if I can get how high of a rank I can get on that. But definitely playing through the campaign. I really hope everything is like level-wise is unlocked. when it comes to the campaign, so you can kind of hop around, play what you like, kind of like I did with the release of MCC. I really like that. Sure it would be. I would hate to like have to play through every level to play what you want in Reach. But yeah, definitely the campaign's the main thing I'm excited for. Playing 60 FPS, 1080p, no motion blur. It's gonna be nice.
Yeah, that's really what I want to see. Is just like ultra detail settings. I'm gonna try to run it 4K 60, see if I can pull that off. Because I mean, the Xbox One version, the One X version, will be 4K 60, but it's not going to be the same level of detail texture-wise as the PC. So I just can't wait to see how far I can push my PC to try to run that game.
And actually, also, sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, go ahead.
I was also gonna say like also bump up that FOV as well. I might even rock the 120 because like from watching that social stream, like 120 FOV actually didn't look that bad. Obviously, it would probably feel a lot different when you're actually playing it, because that stuff really does feel different when you're actually playing it rather than watching it. I heard a ding. Oh yeah, Auxiliary just gave us a host. Well, thank you very much, man. Appreciate that. So I had the notification turned off there, but I appreciate the host there. But yeah, dude, shit, it just kind of threw me off there. What were we talking about again?
Halo Reach FOV slider.
Yes, like that. They did a really good job of scaling the FOV in the PC build. Because like a lot of times I see with the games, or like if you bump up that FOV really past like 90, like you get like a fish eye lens kind of feel with the whole game, and it looks really weird.
Like,
yeah, and so then, but then like when I watched the social stream, when they put up to 120 on the FOV, they're like, "Oh, this is so weird." I'm like, "That actually looks pretty good." Like normally I rock like a 90 to 100 on the FOV when it comes to PC games, but that looked really good. I think that they did the three supposed splash damage and ruffian, right? The two teams that are working on it.
Yep, the two external teams.
Yeah, they did a fantastic job when it comes to that scaling for sure. Awesome job.
Yeah, definitely. And I hope to see. I mean, I know they said they're gonna try to get those features on the console version of MCC.
Really?
I mean, yeah. Well, they said it's been proving to be difficult, but they're open to doing like FOV sliders on console. And Apex does it. Apex, I think you could go up to 110 or 120. I can't remember on Xbox One X. I don't know if you can change it on the original Xbox One model, but yeah, there's a FOV slider on Apex, which is nice. I bumped that all the way. I think it is 110. But Ryder also asked two more questions, but they're very quick. How long do you think till Halo 1 comes in? And do you think it'll be a lot faster, just as fast, or slower? I think it's going to be a snowball effect, honestly. After Reach gets out the way and they learn everything they've learned from, doing Reach on PC and all these bugs they found, I think it's only going to help them squash stuff a lot quicker. And yeah, I think it'll be a snowball effect. I don't think you're going to get like a game a month or anything like that. I think it's going to be well into next year before we see all the games ported. But I definitely think it'll be a lot faster than Reach has gone so far. What do you think, Kev?
Oh yeah, especially since we already have a PC version of CE. That's what's on the MCC right now for the consoles. So like a lot of the work's been done. Yeah, and so it's gonna be obviously. I think what they're mainly gonna be focused on with CE is trying to fix a lot of things. I do know in one of the dev updates they do mention a lot of stuff that they're going to try to fix. Things that they know they can't fix and things that they might fix, because the CE that we have on the MCC is definitely a port. It's not a PC version. It's definitely a port. If I think you guys watched Late Night Gaming put up like a video talking about like how a lot of the visuals got downgraded for some odd reason, probably just to like save time when it comes to the development of it. And so they're looking to fix a few things on that, but since it's already a PC build, a lot of the networking and infrastructure is already kind of put together for that. I could imagine it taking, I mean, I would think by the end of this year we would get CE.
Yeah, I honestly think so. Maybe even Halo 2 Vista, but I mean, that's the version on MCC. So, those like you said, the groundwork for both of those games is already laid out, and then Halo 3 and 4 is probably gonna be not as long as Reach probably, but those aren't on PC. They haven't been on PC, so A lot more work has to be done to those, but yeah.
I would think the next big hurdle would be Halo 3 to bring that to PC. But I think a lot of the stuff that they're probably going through when it comes to putting Reach on PC probably I would think would transfer over. You know, obviously Halo 3 is probably gonna have its own issues as well, because you know, it just being a completely different game.
The game is different, yeah.
Exactly. And so, but I think that they probably, you know, we're gonna learn a lot from Reach and what to look out for when it comes to, you know, testing things out on Halo 3. So, like I said, like when you mentioned it being a bit of a snowball effect, I can totally imagine that happening. But I think CE being rather quick, I think Halo 2 would be rather quick as well. And then the next big hurdle would be Halo 3. But I think that Halo 3's turnaround will be faster than Reach's turnaround.
Definitely.
And then 4 would probably be rather fast because, you know, it's 343's code that they wrote for that game. So that I can imagine that being a little bit quicker as well. And I would just I have a sneaky suspicion that that 343 probably has like a PC version of like Halo 4 just in-house, you know, that they get to play with. That's like it's definitely not fleshed out enough to give out to the public, but like for like a test build to play on your own for fun, probably that's what my guess would be. But
I could see that working. And Ryder's final question was, do you think Xbox achievements will cross? Because it sucks that we have to wait to do Lasso or things like that for the cross game playlist. Now, yes, Xbox achievements are crossing over, but I don't think that you'll have to wait for Reach for the last, like when ODST came out, they didn't add that to the Lasso playlist, did they? Or didn't it have its own separate thing? Like for the achievement for Lasso, I think it was still just 1, 2, 3, and 4, wasn't it? Was it not?
I could not tell you. I actually never really bothered with the playlists at all in MCC. Only time I ever really did was to get the flood. When they had that flood event on MCC, just to get the the nameplate because I wanted it. Right. Other than that, though, I haven't really bothered much with the playlist, which is it's a shame. It's a really cool idea, but it's kind of one of those things like, well, if I wanted to play that, I would just go into the game and play it, you know?
Right.
And it's not really like, and also like maybe they had an idea maybe for like content creators or something like that, but like even then, like I didn't really find it super useful when it comes to content creation as well. I couldn't like looking at the playlist stuff. I couldn't really think of like anything like to do with it rather than being like, let's complete this together. It's a let's play, you know.
Yeah. There are some cool like subgenres, like there's like ones where it's like tanks only, or like if you want like some epic set pieces or like epic gameplay, then I could see maybe where you would use like certain playlists like that, like vehicles only. That's obviously going to be a lot more fast paced than and more gunning and action set pieces than just walking around. So maybe that's what where they were going with that. But yeah, I mean, I didn't do much playlists, but I will, because I've completed every mainline Halo game as far as achievements, except for Halo Wars 2 and MCC. So I'm gonna try to tackle MCC after I'm done with Halo 5 152 if I ever do it. So I definitely want to get cracking on those Lasso, but it's frustrating stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Lasso's not happening with me. Hell no. Hell no. Legendary is difficult enough for me. Did you guys not see my highlight video I put together of me playing CE? Yeah. I only got like maybe a half of the way through, and I already hit like 200, 300 deaths. I'm terrible.
Yeah, I've done every Halo solo legendary except Halo 2. And I cannot imagine Halo 2 on Lasso, because Halo 2 solo legendary, I cannot even get past Cairo Station. So I don't know how the hell I would do it if I do Lasso, but I have done all the Halo games except for 2 solo legendary. But Lasso's just a whole nother beast, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. But someone just followed my stream, and I forgot to have the notifications turned on. So now I didn't see who followed there, but thank you very much. Scared the shit out of me. I say this is why this is the flight test of the podcast on stream right here.
Yeah, exactly. We're flighting now.
All right.
Other flights.
Any other questions there, Pat, or we just gonna wrap things up here?
I think we could wrap it up. It looks like we're done with questions. So
all right on. So guys, thank you very much for coming by the stream for the podcast today. We're trying this out, something a little different. We're going to see if we can get a little bit of a schedule going for the podcast here. So moving forward, we might do like kind of like every Sunday evening kind of thing. I think would probably work best for the both of us when it comes to consistently available times for the two of us, because Pat's over on the East Coast, I'm over on the West Coast, but we just kind of make things work, Exactly. So Pat, where can people find you on the internet?
On the interwebs, people can find me at, as it's lovingly put there by yours truly, KevinKoolx, at the Patman Gaming on Twitter, on Twitch, the Patman Gaming, on Mixer as well, just Patman Gaming, but it'll eventually be changed, so stay tuned for that. And on YouTube, Patman Gaming. So youtube.com/Patman Gaming in your URL bar, and you will find my channel. Much like Kevin, cover a bunch of Halo news, do the occasional lore videos, and branch out into other things, on occasion when it's really slow news for Halo, but mostly Halo stuff because we love Halo so much. So, yes. Thank you for allowing me to share all that with everybody, Kevin.
No, of course. Actually, honestly, for such a big thing of Flight 2 launching, I still feel like it was rather light on the news. Because basically, because we
just like spur of the moment.
Well, I mean, like you and I have just covered the other living crap about updates when it comes to Flight 2. That
Yeah,
it's like dude, watch the last 20 videos you and I have both made of it.
Exactly. I was hysterical in my video today. I literally made a 2-minute video just saying Flight 2 is live, check your emails, and I was like laughing. I was like, finally, it's here. I don't have to make another Flight 2 video. I could stop. Finally, thank you.
Now we can start making Flight 3 videos.
Exactly. And I can start getting disappointed. Get my hype levels up just to get disappointed. Well, I won't be disappointed this time, but still. Yes, and they say great podcast. Thank you for doing it live. Ryder agrees. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I think this was really cool to just throw together real quick and experiment. So
I definitely try.
It'll only get better.
By the way, we see in the chat here WWEF and FIFA is their name. Thank you very much for that follow. Appreciate it.
Nice. Yeah. That's from that's one of my people's. Thank you, W, for following him. Yeah, he's one of my more loyal fans.
Right on. Well, high quality viewers right there for sure. All right, and I guess for my end of things, if you want to find my content, you can just go on youtube.com/user/KevinKoolx. Twitter, you can see on the screen right down below at KevinKoolx Halo. Twitch, which we're trying to start this podcast on here as well, for twitch.tv/KevinKoolx as well. Of course, guys, checking out the stuff here. We've also got Podbean. You can check out the podcast on there. Searching Halo Outreach Podcast. You will find us on Podbean. I honestly tried to get an iTunes link set up for the podcast as well. iTunes was being a bitch and not setting up properly, and so that sucks.
What? Apple being a bitch? No.
We will try to get that set up. You can also find us on. You can also find the podcast on Spotify as well. Halo Outreach Podcast there as well. I guess that's about everything to shout out. So all I can say is thanks very much for coming by the stream, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for checking out on YouTube if you're watching there. Thank you for checking out Podbean if you're listening on there, or Spotify and everything else in between, guys. We really appreciate the support on the chat on this podcast. Like I said, I was expecting this to be kind of like almost more of a passion project than like actual way to actually grow the channel and get views and stuff like that. But it's been the support on the podcast has been awesome. Really looking forward to that. And once we actually, oh my God, the notification went up again. Holy shit, Catwoman! Thank you very much for all. Oh my God. I gotta turn that off for next time. This is the flight build of the podcast here. But yeah, so thank you very much for watching the podcast, guys. Really appreciate the support. It's been awesome. And we'll catch you all in. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
One more thing.
Yeah.
One more thing. I'm gonna go offline for like 2 seconds, put the green screen back up. I'll be streaming some Halo 5 right now if anybody wants to come by. Kevin, you gonna play a couple games or you gotta get going?
I'll probably end the stream, but I might hop on a couple games with you.
Okay. All right. So yeah, we'll be streaming some Halo 5 pretty soon. So stay tuned, guys.
All right. Yeah. So thanks for coming by the podcast, guys. Really appreciate it. Thank you for the new follows. We'll catch you next time. Peace out.
See you.